Well, I thought I'd just get this off my chest. Some key factors for people who are looking at fat loss during the lockdown period and dispelling some of the myths and confusion that's out there. Number one are dickheads like James Smith, who just annoy me because he's a big mouth. He's got more followers than me, and he's been in the industry for like 10 minutes, which is an irritant. But that's my ego speaking, probably. But also, I've read his book. And he says all the stuff that I've been saying. So while he's been banging on going, oh, calorie deficit, that's all it's about. It's fucking calorie deficit. Yeah, and your book also recommends magnesium and vitamin D. So then you turn around and suddenly backtrack completely, or at least don't tell the full story by going, yeah, well, if you're not getting good quality sleep, you're not going to lose fat. Well, there's a surprise. If you haven't got vitamin D, well, that impacts every organ system. So I'm not like one of these people who's just hanging their hat out on one thing. Like, I am the calorie deficit guy. I am the blah, blah, blah guy. I'm the results guy. That's it. End of story. I'm the results guy. I just care about results. So how do we wade through all this shite? Is it like calorie deficit? Is it this? Yes. If you're burning more calories than you're consuming, you will lose weight. It's the first law of thermodynamics. I just can't believe we're still having this conversation in the 21st century. But does that mean I'll just starve myself? I had too many calories yesterday, so I'm going to have, a stick of celery. No, that's not the way forward. I'm about health. I'm not just about getting people into their skinny jeans, because that's not that difficult. Just starve somebody, stick them on 500 calories, and watch just watch the weight fall off them as well as the muscle. So how do we steer our way through it? Well, I've got some good advice for you if you've got a Fitbit. If you've got a Fitbit, one of the best things on it, apart from the steps, is it gives you an accurate consumption of how many calories you burn. And loads of people watching this right now have got Fitbit. So this is how you do it. Hit the button that says the little flame button, shows how many calories you burn. And you'll get a calendar, a whole week's worth of different days. So what it's doing is it's accounting for the day you sat on your arse and you just watched Netflix, and the day you went for a 10-mile run, the day that you did weights, and the day you did nothing. So then what I would do is I'd take that whole strata of, Monday to Sunday, and add it adds it up for you, so it couldn't be easier, and then divide it by 7. And that gives you a nice average. Now, if you're a geek like me, you take a month and divide that up. So you're getting a really, really accurate record of how many calories you burn. It takes into account everything. If you've even got a clue, there are loads of formulas out there. Harris Benedict, that one is like advanced algebra. So I've got the equation somewhere. I might publish it up if anybody's actually interested, but that takes a while to work out. Then you just deduct about 500 calories, okay? About 15%, 16%, 500 calories is a good one. And that is your calorie deficit. But of course, where people go wrong is they then go, oh, I'm going to go for a 20-mile run as well. Right, now you've burned off another 500 calories, so you're in a 1,000 calorie deficit. And you're hungry, but you're telling yourself, no, I am in lockdown, I must shed weight. Yeah, that's not going to do it, because now you're actually consuming 1,000 calories. So you've got to account for exercise as well, obviously. And then on top of that, you've got, and one thing I do agree with him on is the importance of NEAT. This is James Smith I'm talking about. I agree with him on that. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, because people just go, I've done a workout today. That allows me to do nothing. Actually, just walking around and doing stuff, walking the dog, going out with the kids, whatever you're allowed to do now in this wacky dystopian society, as long as you're not arrested doing it. God forbid you sit down for 2 minutes. But yeah, you're gonna find you burn a lot of calories that way, and that could be the icing on the cake. So one thing I'll share with you, my average step count is 8,000 a day. Easy. That's not even trying. That's just going to work and moving from one place to the other, passing clients' weights, walking back, going to another client, walking around in the back garden, whatever I'm doing. My step count has dropped right through the floor. So I'm just going to have to eat a bit less, because I've been in all day long on online clients. Okay, so I probably just got up to the bathroom and the kitchen. So I've interspersed every gap that I have with a workout. I hit the steps every time I get the opportunity. I'm on the top floor flat, so that gives me a bit of a step count. But I can't then go, I normally consume 2,700 calories, And to be in a calorie deficit, that's 2.2. No, I need to be a bit under that because I've done jack all today, apart from train people, which has been a pleasure, but obviously it's not activity. Unless I start walking around all the time when I'm talking to them, which might be a bit distracting. So there's some practical terms. Like I said, one thing that really annoys me in the industry is this. People have to be known as a kind of a person. Like, I am the kettlebell person. I'm the bodyweight trainer. I'm the CrossFit trainer. And you just go, well, you are the equivalent of just being the carpenter who goes, I'm the hammer carpenter. I just use a hammer for everything. You go, yeah, well, there's a plane of wood I need to cut through. I'm going to use a hammer. Well, I was going to hope you could do some grouting. Got my hammer. So the point is, just adapt to your environment. You might not be a weight training person right now. You might have no equipment. So you're a body weight trainer now. You've got to just go with results. Just work with results. What works for you? What diet works for you? Have you found something that works? Is it Mediterranean? Is it paleo? Is it keto? Is it whatever? So that's the end of the rant. I thought that would be practical because, like I said, I don't mind him as a personality. I think he's found that, just swearing a lot seems to generate interest. I think that's a faux kind of approach to being passionate. I swear sometimes, but I mean it. I'm not just sticking it in there because it gets me likes. And I think that he's not telling the full story. Because I read his book, I loved it. And actually, I would recommend it. I would recommend the book, which sounds contradictory, but he actually makes a lot of good points. He's very conscientious about female training. But it's just like, just say that though, because his posts don't give the full story. He makes it sound like, oh yeah, anybody recommending supplements is a dickhead. Yeah, I recommend supplements all the time to supplement gaps in people's diet, and I'm not a dickhead. Some people might counter that, but I'm going to delete them off my friends list. But the point is that there's a time and a place for everything. And if you're not getting any sleep and you've tried lots of different sleep techniques, magnesium could be your answer. Vitamin D for everybody, right now especially. There's not even an argument about that. Zinc as well. So yes, there is a time and a place for supplements. And also, I do think it's a bit ballsy off one of his... it was a podcast or talk, he was slating Charles Poliquin. I was like, mate, when you've got that much fucking experience in the field, then you get to talk. All right, you've been in the industry like 5 minutes and you're talking about somebody who is that of an eminent name in the industry. I didn't agree with everything Charles said, but you know what? I attended the courses, so I reserve the right to say that. He doesn't. I don't think he ever met him. And so anyway, that's my little rant. So I don't know why I'm getting annoyed now. Anyway, when nobody's annoying me, I just get myself irate. Anyway, so there we are. That is some information that will hopefully be useful. And I'm going to finish off my workout now. Bye.